Welcome back everyone to part 20 of Let's Play Dragon Force 2 Izumo Edition. And we're not wasting any time. Right off the bat we're heading into Tradnor to wrap up the 8th and final kingdom. And we've got quite a lot of people to get through here. First up is Genbu Ninjutsu versus good old-fashioned swordsmanship. And give me just a second here. Whew. You'll have to forgive me. I'm down to the wire here. Just woke up, trying to maintain my schedule here. Ooh. Sleep can be so cruel. I was dreaming that we were in spring, and then I woke up and it's still winter. And speaking of which, the winds are very ferocious outside, so if there's some extra sound picking up on the mic, I do apologize. I'm going to try to go back after recording and filter that out. But it is extremely loud, so this might not be the cleanest recording. Yeah. Not looking forward to going out in that, but duty calls. It's inevitable. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but if there was any way that we could get away with hibernating, like, oh, hold on. Yeah, I have to point this out. He has 6 MP. He has Triple Dart, which costs 3 MP, and Accelerate, which costs 1 MP. He's casting Accelerate so he can cast quicker, but because he spent an MP on that, he can only use Triple Dart 1 time instead of twice, which would have been more effective for him in the long run, I think. And since Triple Dart saps away our magic meter, yeah, you see where I'm going with this? The AI does have its moments here though. This just isn't one of them. So we're gonna shake him up just a little bit, see what he's holding. Not much of anything at this point, so he'll be down in a moment. But yeah, I wish that we could. Oh, look at this! Oh, I can just tell from the recording. This is gonna be nasty. Oh, I hope I can clean this up because I'd hate to have to record all this again. But yeah, anyway, forgive me. Today's just gonna be one of those. We'll try to stay focused. If there's any way we could hibernate, like any good mammal would do, I would jump on that in a heartbeat, let me tell you. Just go to sleep in December and wake up in March. Maybe even April. And you think about it, if enough of us agree to do it, just kind of shut things down for a little bit, kind of cool back on all the industry, all the activity, all the so-called productivity, you know? Just cool our heels with the cold and just retire and recline for a little bit, catch up on some extra sleep, make sure that we stock up on enough food and provisions in the months leading up to it to where we don't have to necessarily go out and shop till we figuratively or literally drop. And just, you know, hang tight until the weather is warmer and more accommodating. Now, if you live in an area where winter is not an issue in that regard, then maybe it wouldn't be as much of a necessity. But in areas such as where I live, and anywhere in the Midwest America especially, where the cold can be quite cruel and relentless, I think that would be a viable option for us to undergo. So, I don't know, what do you guys think? Am I just being a bit baby? Because I will admit the cold weather does bring out the baby in me. I really don't want to do much of anything. And this is definitely my least productive time of the year. It's just an ongoing fight just to stay motivated to do things. That's something to work on. We've all got something. That's one of mine. I'm just gonna have to soldier through, I think. Now Quran here. she can be a bit annoying because she's got all that MP, and she's probably gonna, yeah, she's gonna keep using it too, so I'm trying to learn to get better about talking during spells. Because I noticed the game volume tends to go up during those moments, so I've learned from listening back to a past recording or two that sometimes it's like I'm competing with the sound effects of those spells, so if I get quiet here and there, that's probably what it is. And then on top of that, I don't like to talk over the voice actor, even if they're just saying, oh, because you deserve to hear it. Sometimes they sound pretty cool. Okay, she's gonna save her last spell because she thinks she's going to last for another fight. Or maybe she thinks this will go to a draw. It's not. I expect her to run before that happens. Oh. And that train is always on time. Okay, who's next? Look at all these people. What is it, 6 generals? Oh, Kaido. Yes, I want to speak about him. Yes, he's someone I'll never forget. Because in my Bart's playthrough, he's the one that took down Helena, causing me to have to restart. Not very fun. Not a good time. Yeah, but he got his comeuppance, and he's gonna get it once again because, oh, we never forget. We have the memory of an elephant here. And that's not good for him, because he's only got a Shigeru. Kiri has falcons now and archers. We can attack him from a distance or from up above. Terror in the skies. Try not to cry. Kaido, it's gonna be alright. We'll make it swift if we can. No guarantees though. So you notice she has Aqua Bomb. It's a stronger version of Aqua Ball. Don't use Aqua Bomb. You can cast 2 Aqua Balls and do more damage in the long run. I don't think they thought that quite through. The only time I recommend using a more powerful version of a basic offensive spell is when you have enough MP to cast either one and they're almost defeated but not quite. Use the more powerful version to do that much more extra damage to guarantee that they fall. That is the only circumstance in which I recommend using it. Otherwise, stick with the low cost version. It's more effective. And that's also provided you are going to be able to cast it again. Another situation, if you're facing somebody who can cast silence, go ahead and use the more powerful version, because if they use silence on you, you're only going to get 1 spell anyway, so might as well get the most out of it, you know. And we're actually in one of those situations now where he can run, but he still has troops, so we're going to look at that counter. As soon as he hits 0. Okay, he's hit 0. And he's not running. You know what? I probably need to capitalize on this. Yeah, I'm not going to take that chance. He's got to go down. After what he did, I refuse to let him run. Now, I'm not saying vengeance is the answer. Ultimately, it solves nothing, but what can I say? I still have some growing to do. Paulson, Varley, and Agnes. Okay, we're down to the original Tradnor trio. Though really it's a quartet, but Winston's not around. He's probably in charge of another castle. Oh, except he's probably not in charge because they probably put some no-name at the head of it. Because that's what they like to do. We talked about this in a previous episode, didn't we? And we've got a lot of troops. She's got almost no HP whatsoever to speak of. And he has Golem Break, which is probably going to do more than half of her health easily. Well over half. So on that note, let's just go forward. She does have healing magic, so we're going to want to weaken her a little bit before we cast it. Make it count. Whenever you're dealing with somebody who has healing magic, you want to get them down as much as you can with your troops. And then use an offensive spell, try to finish them off before they can cast anything. Unless they're the type of person who has some other spells they like to use first, like Revive or a Shot. Because they waste their MP on other things, that's fine too. She just has mages and monks. Nothing too terrifying. Not terrifying at all, so... Oh, I really hope that's not picking up. I think it's like the wind is mad at somebody out there. She's just screaming, just, what did you do? I'm coming to get you. Just, oh, I'm not looking forward to looking at the forecast this morning. Negative 1,000 outside. No, it won't be that cold. Well, this is why layers were invented. When one shirt's not enough, you throw on 2. Throw on 3. Don't mind me, I just had to pull back to yawn for a moment. Like I said, I have not long been awake. So you just have to bear with me, please. And I don't think she's going to be able to bear this. Clearly, math is not her strong suit, despite her proclamations of such. As a result, she's down. Who's next? That will be Paulson. Paulson, you're level 2. Paulson, I'll shed a tear for you. Paulson, what can you do? Not much, I'm afraid. You'll probably lose. And we're bringing out Giovanni, who's already suffered some damage. He's taken a few blows, but he's still in the green. 75% of his health, more or less. And he's got enough for one more attack. I think that'll be sufficient. And if it's not, it's okay. He has friends backing him up. Let's wait and see what he does with those mages. Just spread out a bit. Now he's alright. Level 2, he's only got one magic. That's Stone Rain. I'm curious to see how well this will be against our troops when they're spread out and dispersed. So this will be an experiment of such. Huh? Excuse me? Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this. Now I know I'm still half asleep, but I'm pretty sure what just happened. You guys, if I'm not mistaken, Stone Rain just did damage to Giovanni. Now, just to bring you to where I'm at right now, take you on a trip. If you're new to this channel, you might have not noticed that I'm quite familiar with this game by now. Not only have I recorded several different playthroughs for YouTube, but on my off time, away from the internet time, I've played through this game with every single available option at least once, twice in some cases. A lot of different playthroughs, a lot of different characters, a lot of different casts of Stone Rain. I have never, up to this moment, seen Stone Rain do direct damage to an enemy general, only their troops. And the spell even says enemy army, which usually indicates it's a spell that can attack both. So I've been looking out for that. Haven't seen it. So I gave up on it. I said, you know what, maybe that was a typo, maybe it cannot attack the general. Well, apparently it can. And it does quite a bit of damage when it does. So, is that only for when they put their troops on disperse that it's worthwhile to attack them? Is that what it is? Because I've tried so many different configurations to get it to take, and nothing. Wow. Well, this is a landmark episode for me. If not for you guys watching, for me at least personally, this is one to remember. And if nothing else, I'm very grateful that we were able to get that on camera. So Paulson, you gotta go down now. You heard Giovanni, that's not cool, but you know what? Let me thank you for proving to the world that Stone Rain can hurt us. Your stock has just risen quite a bit, let me tell you. Nevertheless, Kyrie ain't having it. Paulson, I salute you. Your insatiable hunger, not so much. And you think that's everybody, but no, because they had 6 generals. And that leaves Varley, who actually was in charge of the castle, so that's how you're supposed to do it. Put your best people in charge. And really, who better than Varley? Most broken character in the game once he hits level 10. Because he gets the ability to regain health, regain magic, and aura shot. So he can keep pelting you until you die, or if you keep pelting him, he can heal himself until you run out of magic. And if he runs out of magic, he can regenerate magic. He's got everything. I think the only thing he's lacking is revival. Because again, revival is not a problem if you can regenerate MP to recover what you lost. Maybe he does get revived, I don't remember. It would be at a higher level. I don't think he does though. I think that just is the only thing keeping him from being completely a one-man army. Sanis gets revival, however, and she gets healing as well too. She doesn't get MP regen, that's the only thing. Because she'd just be too good of a leader then. To compensate for her low health, of course. Gotta have some checks and balances to keep everybody in place. Can't have things get out of hand here. Undyne. I guess I was a little off with the timing, didn't do as well as I had hoped, but still a great spell. I'm assuming it's Undyne. I've seen that name in other media. Does anybody know the correct way to pronounce that? Is it Undine? Undine? Or is it Undyne? I know a lot of times I is pronounced with that E sound, so I'm not sure. Undine, maybe? I'm gonna just stick with Undyne. Until I know better. Pronunciations do matter to me, so any help was appreciated. Trying to be accurate with information whenever possible. She's hurt, but I think she can take a magic user down, even if it is Varley, who is not weak. But she's going to throw out critical after critical, so there you go. Making life easy for me. And everybody, we took down the first castle in Tradnor. There's 2 to go. Lots of levels all around. Giovanni learned Tri-Blade. That's a pretty good skill. I forgot about that. So I'll take this time to talk about some things that I was doing in my prep time leading up to hitting the record button. If you're wondering where Kaede is, she and an elite team are heading south to Beastek Village. I may be jumping the gun here, but if you're familiar with this game, you know that we have to trigger an event with the Spirit Stone so Rennie can perform whatever ceremony she has to perform to awaken Tiras. Now I may have to wait for some more dialogue before that triggers, but in the off chance that we can do it now, I'm just getting her prepped. It's possible we have to subdue every kingdom before that takes effect. But regardless, we don't need her right now. She won't have special spoken dialogue with Sanis because, much like Autovak and Rennie, there's really no rapport between them, no animosity, no anything, no relationship of any kind, so she's not invested. Kansuke is going to say a little bit of something in her place and it'll work out the same. So she's going to take care of that, along with Gangas and Rennie, because I'm thinking they might be needed. I've got all my people stationed to find dragon scales. Hopefully we have not seen any pop up yet though. And no story dialogue here, so Oh, but the item we ordered is now forged. You guys remember what we were making? I believe it was a high-end weapon for Kaede. Quiet Wind. Oh yes, the Kikuichi Monji. I do hope I said that right. And just seeing what I can make now, we still don't have any more iron ore. Quite sad about that. No dragon scales, no iron ore. Nothing I'd actually like to use. So we could make more troop crests in the meantime. But what I'm going to try to do to reward her for such fine work, as always, I'm going to try to make a bow for Kiri. Now, I haven't checked my notes yet. Hopefully I can use a silver ore to make this. I might be making a mistake. It might be iron ore instead, but 3 weeks looks about right, so we're going to take that chance. Hopefully this will bring her a wind bow. Now, as far as this Kikuichi Monji, I'm just looking at who could actually use one in case I want to make more in the future. But naturally, she's going to get that legendary weapon. And that's about it for the weapons to hand out now. Not too many items, although I will take that builder's ring. Again, things that I did before recording. I stationed a few people with high build and castles that I want to build up for later, get more troop reserves. One of those castles being Allah's Castle. It's a very central fort for us in the future, so I'm just trying to get everything caught up and prepared ahead of schedule, so when the time comes we'll be well on our way. And another good thing about taking down Tradnor, we're going to get several characters with high intelligence, so that'll just be that many more bodies to occupy caverns to hopefully find some more ore, because our mineral reserves are forever dry, it seems. And Rennie, I refuse to let anybody ride into the front with less than 60 HP. These are the rules, you have to follow them too. I don't care who you are. And this is where we hand out the little trinkets, the little shinies, because they please our people, so... This music is really pleasant. I don't know if I ever took the time to comment on it, but Izumo has some good tracks. Their Domestic Affairs is one of my favorites. It's just so relaxing. Alright, so here's Kaede. I think... might actually want to pull her back for a moment, I don't know. We'll come back to that. Alright, so Bart's and his group is caught up. We've got more options at our disposal, that's a good thing. I also neglected to mention, but meant to, that in certain playthroughs, it's actually possible to enter Tradnor through other areas. You'll see those caverns to the southeast and the northwest of their 3 castles. In certain playthroughs, I know Bozak is one of them, but I think there are others as well. There's a story event where some pathways open up. They discover secret passages into Tradnor through those caves. So it gives you an extra strategic advantage, being able to enter from multiple places. That way you can also send in multiple armies and just bombard them from all sides. Sadly, Izumo does not have that option. We can only come in through Tristan. That's one singular path. Look at them getting cheeky. I wasn't expecting that, so this is going to take a while, guys. I think this is a great time to end it. Please join me next time to see what happens. Who will we fight? Please join me again, and we'll see you then.